it popped up.
Yeah, I see it. Was it something I said?
All right, we're in.
I don't know. I got it muted, so. What the fuck? We got 499 subscribers?
One away from the big 500.
First thing we hear, what the fuck? Oh, Paul's on tonight. If you have trouble finding it after this many years, dude. My quote is from 1999. It is from one of the most over-the-top, fucked-up movies I've ever seen in my life, which means it's one of my favorite movies ever. And its character goes, "Oh, if you die first, I am definitely going to eat you. But the question is, if I die, what are you going to do? Bon appetit, eat or die." Well, they're up in the Rocky Mountains, making their way to California.
Rocky Mountain High.
You're on the right track.
Is that alive?
No. It was no. It's after the Civil
movie
War.
Called They Eat All the People in the Village?
No, it's called.
Oh shit!
It's called Ravenous.
I seen that. Yeah.
It's yes, Robert Carlyle, and has David Arquette and what's his name that plays
WCW champion David Arquette.
Yes, WCW champion David Arquette, and the guy that plays Damien Dark on Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow, and Guy Pearce. A lot of good people in it. Yep.
He was the other one.
I mean, it's just a crazy fucking movie. I loved it.
Speak for yourself there, big fella. Whoa. Whoa,
big, but it's
JoJo's
lumpy.
Comics. Jason Smith is in the house. JoJo Tats Comics is here. He said, hi, everyone. Of course, SS Comic Readers here. Miss Hustle. Jock Yo. And happy Mother's Day to any of you ladies who are mothers. And my quote is from 1990. No way those things can outrun these horses. Yeah, well, for you, you'll know they can. Oh, fuck, I fucked that up. It is Tremors.
Great fucking movie.
Yeah, I've been drinking tonight. I'm slowly coming off my buzz, so I'm going to fuck up a lot of shit more than usual tonight.
I am ramping up my buzz, so
I'm just pretty buzzed.
just based on our earlier conversations. No, but it is strangely appropriate.
Oh, geez, what was that movie called? I want to say Undeclared, but that's not right. Jonah Hill. Yeah, the South Harmon Institute of Technology. Oh, Jesus, what the hell is this movie called?
Are you guys having trouble hearing Dave? Is that what that's all about?
Dave doesn't say anything of any importance anyway.
Okay. Well, Jason Smith said I can't hear Huey.
No,
too.
SS said he can't hear him, and Jason.
Here we go.
Mr. I have everything figured out.
Miss Hustle. Miss Hustle said you're far off now. Hey, Mike, audio and OBS. Dave.
Is your mic muted in OBS? I think it's great that Dave doesn't come to me first the one time I have a quote prepared. I love that. All right, this is two characters having a conversation. I love them so much.
Brokeback Mountain.
Who?
Back to the Future.
Who? The girls at Madame Kame's Filipino Palace. You've been spending our rent money on Filipino hookers? They're not hookers. They're massage therapists. Yeah, well, they'll massage your cock for money, and there's a word for that. I think it's hooker. You're a hooker.
He said Dave's having a Tourette's moment over there.
No?
No.
Nobody? 2006 comedy.
I thought it was
first.
Dude, Where's My Car? But then no.
No, close though. It was Grandma's Boy. There you go. SS
there you
got
go.
it.
SS got it. Yep.
Can anybody hear Huey now?
Huey talks, but we can't understand him.
I've been doing this for 2 years, Miss Hustle. I can't understand shit out of him either.
Oh, wow. We can hear you just fine.
Yeah.
They can't hear you. I gotta do all the work now. Jeez, I thought the deal was I show up and I fly by the seat of my pants. I thought that was the deal.
Legend
right.
said maybe your mic is muted in the OBS program.
You may have to add that as a separate voice input.
But you're online. Yeah. But with the wireless?
Yeah.
Which one? You know? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Special guest for Drew.
I got special guests. Apparently, everybody else in the house is having a problem with the internet.
He's the one.
I'm not.
He's just wireless.
For once.
That must be working.
Yeah. For once.
See, you have your quote ready. We skip you. Your internet's
You know
working.
what's
Everybody
going on?
else is fucked up.
Look, let's just. How we doing over there? Can anybody hear him now?
How now, brown cow?
How now, brown
Does anybody
cow?
hear him now?
Brown chicken, brown cow?
Does anybody hear him now?
What's up, Lloyd Tatum? Tatum's in the house.
JLS is in the house.
JLS is in
All,
the house.
all these big wigs coming where I can't hear me.
They're like, oh, that son of a bitch is muted. I'm going.
Maybe it's for the best.
Maybe it is.
There's like some weird whistle too. That's
That's true.
They can hear me now.
Oh Jesus! Am I whistling again?
Yay! Okay, at least Jason Smith.
Yes,
maybe that's all in his head. I don't know. Let's see.
Am I still whistling?
Was that what it was? You had to add yourself as a separate audio input?
Yeah, I think what I did is I was using this desktop in OBS as well as in our chat, and I needed to have a separate mic for our chat and a separate mic for OBS.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I figured.
Oh my goodness! So technical.
Okay, Drew. Okay, so I do my quote again. Damn it, I already missed it.
Yes, we know you want to get your penis quote out.
Ask me about my wiener. There we go. That's my
No,
quote.
thank you.
So you
I don't
guys,
want to know about it.
Yeah,
okay. Well, moving on.
the whistling will come and go, Jason. It's when Drew comes close to approaching critical mass.
It happens.
Pretty much.
Well, go ahead and give us your first book, Drew.
All right, let's go ahead and talk about something you guys probably didn't read, and that's Scooby Apocalypse number 25.
I read it.
You did read it. You read it? Oh, man. I thought I was the only one reading Scooby Apocalypse.
Well,
This is a key issue for the run.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a key issue for the run. And I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but anybody who's has any interest in the speculation angle in this book, it's definitely not that hard to figure out from the cover. One of these characters does not make it through. I've been loving this story. It's kind of a guilty pleasure for me. Scooby Apocalypse has been solid, and this is another notch in their belt. The Secret Squirrel backup is absolute garbage, but beyond that, it's pretty good, so I'm going to stash it.
I read it. I only read the first one leading up to this one, so I had no clue, no context of what the story was going on. I knew this was a key issue. That's why I kind of picked it up. I did read through it. I mean, it was okay. I wish I knew more of the story going in. It's just hard for me being a Scooby-Doo fan from a kid at accepting these members as Scooby-Doo gang, you know, because of, you know, they don't look like they use technology. They're just all hipster, tattooed up, you know, stuff like that. It's just hard for me to kind of accept that Scooby. But I mean, for a key issue, definitely want to pick it up. We're gonna say something, Drew?
So we.
No?
Okay.
No, I just called you an old fart.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I have a tattoo of Scooby and Shaggy. I mean, that's the old school Scooby and Shag. So.
And we in Dallas we've seen it. It's not, you know, it's not very pretty.
I didn't see it. I kept my eyes closed.
So you saw more. You saw more than a tattoo.
Moving on, Paul. What's your first? No. Moving on, Paul. What's your first book?
Let's go with Oblivion Song number 3.
Now wait a minute.
What?
JoJo's comics are old dudes with beards. I fit right in with you guys. We said
I'm
we're
not that old.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not that old. I'm sure that the name Spider Grandpa kind of lends itself to your age, but beyond that,
Perhaps.
continue on. I apologize.
Okay, as I was saying, Oblivion Song number 3. This fucking book gets better with every issue.
told you.
I mean, the art is still not my favorite shit in the world, but I mean, it serves the story well. It's kind of growing on me. There's a lot going on in this issue. You don't know where everybody's loyalties lie yet, and it's just I don't want to give too much away, but I can't wait to read more. There's a whole shit ton going on with this book, and it's really starting to come into its own.
Mike, what about you?
I totally agree. The art fucking sucks, but it's the story that does it for this book. Loving this new character. I think he's on the front right here. We'll probably learn more about him in the future, but yeah, this is definite stash. Stash it. All you guys have the best beards on the tube.
JoJo says
I'm in my
he's in his
40s,
40s, so
I'm
he's old. 3 of us are in our 40s right now, but
Yeah.
and the other one's
I know I
in
don't
his
look
50s.
it, but I am the old man here.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. I'm actually toward the bottom end of the age spectrum here. I have the most gray. Back to the book.
Some of us are blessed, and some are not.
I digress. At least I have all my hair. That's all I gotta say. Look at that.
I got all mine. There ain't no creep
I'm
here.
making fun of my brother. My little
Oh,
brother,
okay.
that I said. Yeah, the
Fuck your
art
little
is
brother.
definitely not my thing. It's been kind of hard for me to catch on with it too. I mean, to me, it's been kind of slow, and it hasn't been that. It's been okay, middle of the road for me. Nothing's really grabbed my attention. I mean, I'll definitely probably pick up the next couple issues to kind of see where else is going. I do have kind of interested in what these other people are toward the end of the book. But yeah, it's just going to be definitely something you have to wait to get. Maybe have more of a slow burn for me. But it's a soft stash for me for Oblivion Song number 3. What about you, Drew?
I'm loving Oblivion Song, and unlike you guys, I actually love the art as well. I feel like the line work is really great. I feel like the colors really pop, and it gives this world a different feeling than anything else really on shelves right now. I'm really digging it, and it's definitely a stash for me.
Moving on to Mike as he's looking around his room.
Don't judge me.
He's looking at all those fine pieces of equipment he bought at Farm Fresh down in Virginia Beach. You have 1 day left to go get your things, people. Mike will be there.
If you were looking for a Swiss cheese display,
Thank you for the. I did pick up 2 decent sized file cabinets today for free because they don't want to sell them. So I said I'll take them off your hands to store some comics, but that's a whole other story.
And Mike will be your personal donut holder too, you know, or bagel, whatever you choose. Go on, Mike.
Are you done?
I was done a long time ago. I don't know where you were.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about Logan number 39, which is pretty fucking badass cover right here. So fucking Logan, he's all jacked up, and he goes and seeks help at the Xavier Institute, try to get his healing factor back in order. He runs into some of the newer X-Men, Glob and fucking Shark Girl and whoever else. We learned that Glob actually has a date with some mutant he met online. He goes to meet her, and it's actually a trap set up by the Purifiers. To save her life, he actually has to side with the Purifiers to take down the X-Men. I thought this was pretty cool. The art is solid. I like seeing the younger mutants. I would like to learn a little bit more about Shark Girl. Stash it.
I bet you would.
I would love to do experiments on Shark Girl.
You'd love to check out her cloaca?
Yes.
they call Grandpa the cloaca smacker.
Oh my God. This show tonight is a little off the rails. Sorry,
I can't
everybody.
associate with you guys anymore.
Yeah, I love this book. Brisson's writing has been good. The art actually took a jump up from the last issue. The coolest thing about this is the Purifiers think that all the X-Men are out and about and on missions. So they're getting ready to come to the mansion, and they all know that Old Man Logan is there. And when they get there, he's going to tear them apart. And it's going to be pretty awesome. So definitely going to stash this.
What about you, Paul? Did you read that book this week?
No.
All sharks matter, legend. All sharks matter, not just the females, all right?
Okay.
Whoa. Getting deep. Deep blue sea.
Not that there's anything wrong with it. Has anybody... Well, just as a quick aside, has anybody watched the sequel to Deep Blue Sea yet?
Catherine
I
has.
watched the trailer.
I want to see it. It just came out like 2 weeks ago or something.
Yeah,
Too
straight
deep,
to video.
Too blue, too sea.
Yeah. It doesn't have LL, so how can it be any good?
I mean, you could always listen to his song from the soundtrack while you watch that movie.
Yeah, but it's all about him and the bird. That interaction was amazing.
Samuel
Right, who's
Jackson
next?
got eaten by a
Okay,
shark.
moving on. My first book. This is a blasphemy right out of the gate. One, the orientation of the book drives me nuts. I knew that was going to be a big blasphemy. And two, that the book is longer than the freaking bag and board, so you got to either get a custom bag and board for it, or the top corners will be sticking out above. Drives me batshit crazy. That's barrier number one. I hated that they put out issues 1 and 2 the same month, because it's kind of hard to get a feel for the book. It's like, dude, do I want to jump on and get 2 right now because they're out the same day? Do I want to waste what the first one was $5? What was the second one? Was it dropped down to 4? Yeah, second one dropped down to 4.
Yeah.
So the whole story is this way. You flip through the book this way. So a story about a girl who lives on the, I think she lives in Texas along the Mexican border. And it's kind of a 2-part story. It's her story here in Liddy in Afar, Texas. I don't even know where that is at all. I don't think it's anywhere in Dallas. It says right down there in the Gulf. And another story of a Hispanic immigrant coming across the border. Half the book is in Spanish. Drew kind of made a good point in the off-air while I was kind of talking about it. I'm like, dude, why would I pick this up? I don't speak Spanish. Why would I want to pick this up? It's bull crap. I don't know what the hell's going on. Then look at the pictures. Look at the pretty pictures.
All languages matter.
All languages matter. So I don't know. The story itself, I guess it could be interesting, but it's just not. It's not grabbing me at all. She's trying to protect her horses because horses are getting slaughtered, and then it jumps back to this kid trying to make it across the American border. Unfortunately, it's a blast for me. Barrier number 1. I didn't get a chance to read number 2, so. But Drew, I know you read this. You probably get more of a glowing review than I did. Why don't you go right ahead?
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed this book. I do speak some Spanish, so it wasn't all foreign to me.
No,
but I think that, yeah, the name Barrier is very much a metaphor as well as it is a very literal translation. Many barriers in the book. First, you have the border. Then these characters are abducted by aliens. There's a separation between their 2 lifestyles. There's the language barrier between them. The second issue for me really picked up in a great way. And the first issue was actually free if you got it on Free Comic Book Day. And it was the regular format as well. But I just took some of these longer boards and leaving my Mylars open at the moment. But they fit in here pretty nicely. And they're not really that long. They'll fit in my long box just fine. So as far as storage, not that big a problem. Not like Highest House, which I'm loving, but is that magazine format. And that is actually killing me. But the format is definitely a drawback. But I'm going to stash this. I like Brian K. Vaughan and his storytelling. There's definitely some more sci-fi elements in the second issue, so I'm gonna hang on to it to see what happens.
Jason Smith said about Cubacabre killing the cattle. That's mentioned in there. You know, that's when that Liddy character says, "Don't start that again." You know, so it's kind of mentioned or alluded to maybe a little bit in the book, but you find out later that I don't even know. You don't even really find out later what's going on with the horses in this book yet. But anybody else read that book this week? No. Going once, going twice. Okay, moving on to. Why don't you give an update on the chat, Mike, before we jump into the next book?
I think the only one that has popped in here is Funk Off. And I don't think I shouted out the great legend. He's in here too, talking about all sharks matter. Hashtag that shit. So.
Cloacasmecca.
Okay, moving on.
Everyone's probably hanging out with their mamas today. So.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we got watch right now. I can't see that on this screen.
14, that's not bad.
That's not bad. No. Okay. Drew, you're up with your next book.
All right, let's talk about Justice League. No Justice. Number 1 of 4. This is the series that will link post-metal Justice League with the future of the league moving forward. This is really cool. I liked the little bit that we got of Snyder's Justice League in the 25-cent Zero issue for DC Nation. This definitely expands upon that. This tells you why Brainiac is involved and definitely does some craziness along the way. I was a fan of it. I'm a fan of Robin, Damian Wayne, talking all kinds of smack to shiny mask Dr. Fate. Who does he think he is? This is badass. I'm really enjoying it. This could be one of the best things going forward in comics right now. You got Aaron's writing Avengers, and we got Snyder writing Justice League. Both of the marquee team books for both big companies are going to be awesome for the time being. I'm really excited about it. This is definitely a stash.
Paul, you read that this week?
No, but now I want to.
Sure.
How about Mike? Mike? Hey, Mike.
Mike?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I'm right here.
Did you read No Justice?
No Justice.
I did
no
read No
peace.
Justice.
Okay, what'd you think of No Justice?
What I thought about No Justice is I didn't have fucking high hopes for this thing fucking going in there with metal and all that shit. Just, wrapping up. But I absolutely love this. I love the story. I love, Brainiac enlisting all these heroes and actually villains too, because we got, what's that starfish's name? Starro?
Starro.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome. I like him. I like that dude. I want
Starro was in the first issue of Justice League.
I want a starfish now for a pet. That's
What flavor are you looking at? Chocolate?
chocolate flavored starfish. Hashtag it.
He just wants to know what those tentacles do.
Yes. Yeah.
I've got a Japanese video I need you to watch.
All right.
Oh, I've got a few.
Yeah, definite stash. So.
I got a message. No, I don't.
Dave, I know we generally go with how quickly we go off the rails with the show.
Yeah.
I think this episode we may need to know how many times we have gone off the rails.
Yeah.
There are rails? Where are these rails?
All Starros matter.
Yeah, I read the No Justice as well. I'm trying to get it back on the rails here. Conductor Dave. I found some similarities choo-choo between this book and the Avengers book. This one has the cosmic gods. They're talking about these big cosmic beings. Same with the Avenger book. I thought that was kind of a little too similar for me. I mean, it's a different, different story, different people, of course. But I think that similarity was kind of like a little too close for me, especially with the team up books. But it wasn't too bad. I definitely look forward to reading more and see what's going on. You're still wondering if Brainiac is actually on the up and up on this, even though he was holding the lasso of truth. But I mean, at the end, we don't even know if he's still even around. But it's a stash for me. I'll definitely pick up issue 2 to see where it's going. So that's it for me. Paul, you're up.
Let's do Hunt for Wolverine Adamantium Agenda. As opposed to the shit show that was last week's issue, this one was amazing. Last week's issue was about as exciting as, what was it, Drew? Will or whatever. But I love the twist ending. Totally threw me. I just was not expecting that. I love that some stuff actually happened in this one as opposed to last week. The art was decent. It wasn't the best art I've ever seen, but certainly serviceable. I'm actually looking forward to the second issue of this. I mean, last week was a fuck Marvel, and this is not.
Mike.
Dave, I'm here.
Sorry. Did you read Ant-Man, that book?
Adamantium?
Yeah, the agenda. Yeah.
The whole... Yeah, I read it. I thought it was fucking awesome as well. But I like the last one from last week, I guess. this right at the beginning of this one, we flash back to where a team of Avengers, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Cage, and Jessica Jones are helping S.H.I.E.L.D. dismantle a bomb. Wolverine actually sacrifices himself to save the other heroes, and then we flash forward. Hey, comics miss sex-explained.
You're not allowed to
back on the rails. Back on the rails.
Okay, I'm not allowed
He's
to
right
play
up
with
there
you.
with your favorite Roman numeral. You just can't.
Yeah, I love you, Miss
That's
Explained.
about as bad as me trying to say antimantium.
But
Antimantium?
Yeah.
What the fuck is antimantium?
Whatever.
Adamant.
Adamantium. Whatever it is, dude. You know, moving on.
Boy. So we flash forward. Tony learns of some bad dudes trying to sell some genetic codes on the black market. Everybody thinks they're Logan's, which they turn out not to be, but I'm not going to spoil it. Great Spider-Man stuff in this book, and I really enjoyed that, so stashing that one as well.
Me too. I definitely love the backstory with Wolverine's. He decides he's the only one that can dismantle that bomb, or the way that it needs to get dismantled or handled. Definitely was a cool part. I do like the Spidey scenes in here when they're trying to get a hold of him. He's like, hey, I'm battling the Vulture. You know, this is okay, all battled up. What's up? You know, he shows the Vulture all starry head and stuff. But I thought this was kind of weird. Here's Mr. Spider-Man wearing a suit or shirt and tie. I thought that was kind of a weird thing. I mean, although they have to wear masks later to kind of disguise who they are. The twist ending. I don't know. I'm not going to give it away, but it's just kind of like, is it that big of a, you know? I wonder what it's going to mean to the story. I mean, what does it actually play in there? Did I see it coming?
I think it makes the story much more. I want to skirt lightly around this. It makes it much more personal to the characters.
I mean,
yes.
You automatically think it's like Wolverine's DNA or X-23 or whatever like that. It's not.
Well, they certainly did.
Huh?
They certainly did.
Yeah. And that's what it's supposed to play on too. So that kind of is a like, whoa, fastball, and you know, what's this going to lead to? You know, what's it going to mean to the two characters that are actually associated with it? So it's interesting. I'll definitely pick up issue 2. Drew.
I mean, I certainly don't think any of the four of us were expecting that ending.
No, definitely not.
No, I definitely dug the twist. Comics Mix Explained said had a new Avengers vibe. Really did. Taylor did a great job kind of invoking that early Bendis New Avengers stuff, especially with the character interactions. I thought it was dope. I picked up the connecting covers from the one from last week and this week. All the #1s on these 4 miniseries will connect.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Super dope. I'm super into that. I love all these characters on here. It's probably my favorite part about it.
Doing those, isn't he?
Yes. So I'll get the other two.
He's one of those unsung guys that just throws out some great covers now and then.
Yeah, his and all these characters together. Some of his stuff kind of has like a Ron Lim feel to it to me. I really dig it. I've liked both of these #1 issues. So loving this Hunt for Wolverine stuff, and the twist at the end of this is a character that I enjoy some of the stuff they've done with in other books in the future. So hopefully this has some other ties other than just that character, because if this is what this book ends up being about, I'll kind of be disappointed. But as far as the first issue, it's stashed.
Yeah, see, I have no knowledge of what that character is in the future or capable of or anything. I know nothing about that character, so that's why maybe I'm a little kind of like, you know, what's the big deal here to me? Because I know nothing of that. So, who was that? That was Paul.
That was Mighty LJ who just popped in here.
Yep. No pizza
Happy
night.
Mother's Day, LJ.
No, we had little
no
chicken.
Pizza.
I made a little chicken parm and had that for Mother's Day
Chicken
dinner.
parm?
Chicken parmesan? Parmesan, yes. So, Mike's up.
Yes, I am.
That means you talk about a book, Mike. That means.
Oh.
Great Legend saying he's drinking something that involves DP.
10 DPs at the same time.
I know.
All right. Jacko said, no pizza? That's blasphemy.
Well, it's not Friday night. It's Sunday night. So.
Sunday night is Chicky Chicky Parm Parm night.
Chicky Parm Parm. Yes, it is. Maybe that will be my new thing. I'll have chicken parm every Sunday night. That's just a lot of work. Mike, what's your next book? If you're done with the chat, that is.
I am done with the chat. Let's do Venom #1. So basically, we learned that the symbiote or Simba, Saba Simba.
Have Dave say it. He'll completely fuck it up.
No, it's okay.
Okay, we learned that he dreams and he's having all sorts of fucking nightmares. Then we go to Eddie. He's on here. He hears on the police radio that some cops are calling for backup, taking on some fucking second-rate villains like Jack-o'-lantern. Eddie doesn't trust Venom anymore, so he's actually up on the rooftops taking pictures, trying to sell them like some old school Spider-Man stuff going on there. The symbiote actually takes over and they kill Jack-o'-lantern a la Punisher with the thumbs through the eyes. The cops actually fire on Venom, and we see Venom is possessed, not with some stupid ass fucking poison bullshit either. With like, I don't know, you'll learn more about that if you read it, but it's fucking amazing. It's much cooler than anything they've done with the whole fucking poisons and all that crap. So I'm excited. The art is so good. Fucking in this book. This is my pick of the week right here, Venom #1.
Damn.
Yeah, this is probably my pick of the week too. I mean, I haven't liked much of the Venom stuff, the past year. But this is actually pretty good. I like Donny Cates. I think it's Donny Cates the main writer on this, and it's been really good. Kind of has some conflict here, where he's taking the medicines, trying to keep Venom's voice kind of down so he doesn't hear it as much. It's kind of interesting at the end too, where you think that Venom leaves, but it's not the case. He didn't leave because he was scared. He actually got pushed off essentially, which is kind of maybe a different aspect of other than like, I guess, loud bells or whatever that crap that makes them separate. I thought that was kind of interesting. Definitely looking forward to issue 2 on Venom. So that's a stash for me as well. And moving on to Drew.
I didn't pick this up. I actually forgot it came out, and it wasn't in my pool, and I got to go hunt it down now because I love me some Donny Cates, and Venom I'm kind of hit and miss on, but I will be picking it up.
Yes, it's my pick of the week for sure.
Forget about all that poison bullshit that was going on and all that. This was fucking good.
What about you, Paul? You read Venom this week?
Drew, you must pick this up because this is the pick of the week for all 3 of the other members. This shit was fucking amazing. The art was amazing. The story was amazing. And those last couple pages where the symbiote is translating the alien language, I got fucking goosebumps. It was so fucking good. I was like, after this Venomized fuck Marvel go kill yourself bullshit, this is the real fucking deal. This is Venom. This is what we want. I can't wait for more of this. This is fucking awesome.
Yeah, everyone in the chat liked it as well, so.
Who you giving $1 to, Drew?
Jason Smith wants to sell me the J. Scott Campbell cover for $1.
Nice.
Where do you see $1 other than...
I'm saying.
Shut up, Dave.
More than $1? Come on, man.
Sorry. Moving on.
Where do you see $1?
No, I'm not saying I want to pick it up, dumbass. I'm just saying I didn't see it up there. So I'd buy that for $1.
Fucking Batman Adventures 12.
I picked it up for $2, not $1. Just to be
Cry me
clear.
a fucking river.
Domino number 2. So at the end of the last issue, if you haven't read it, Domino got thrown out the window of the high-rise apartment building she was in, and she realized all her luck was gone. As she's falling down, she's I don't want to chat. Why the heck? Decline. Sorry, Xbox Live popping up. She realized all her
Who
luck's
you
gone.
chatting with?
I'm not chatting with you. I'm chatting with you guys. I'm chatting with the world here on YouTube. So she realized all her luck's gone, and she's falling out the window. She's like, oh, there's no big cushiony area, there's no flagpole, there's no nothing. And then all of a sudden she gets her luck back, and Spider-Man actually saved her. And to come to find out, there's this old guy in her apartment with, God, I wrote her name down earlier. You guys remember her name in the book?
Which one?
The lady with the old guy.
Oh, the purple dressed girl?
Yeah, I think so.
Topaz?
Topaz, that's correct. Going to find out that her mutant power is she can kind of pull and take away their mutant powers, kind of give them like on a scale, and so she realizes that she pulled actually her luck away from her, and now Domino's also kind of scared. She really doesn't want to go back to the party. I thought that was kind of crappy, you know, like, oh, I want to be alone. I don't want to go back down there. I don't want to be with my friends, because she's embarrassed. But not too bad. She does have some badass fight scenes in here. Love the covers. Love the Greg Land. Is it Greg Land? Yeah, covers on this. It's a stash for me. I'll probably pick up issue 3 and maybe finish out this first arc in Domino. So, Drew, did you read Domino this week?
No, I did not read Domino. I didn't read Domino number 1 either.
Domino. Paul.
You want to hear a good story about it, though? I ran into this guy, and he was like, hey, did you read Domino?
And you said, does it have a will in it?
No.
People are tuning in late thinking we're running a repeat.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't read it, but I do have it.
What about you, Mike? You read that this week?
Yeah, I didn't care for this issue as much as the first, but as long as they keep making covers like fucking this one, I'm gonna keep picking it up. But yeah, like I said, I didn't care for this one as much, so I'm gonna semi-stash it.
Yeah,
Big shout out to Jeremy Edwards.
You should do like if a cover gets you so excited you could hold a 5 donut, or if it's not so much, it's a 1 donut cover. You know, depending on how the cover treats you.
Hashtag meat and potatoes.
That's a 4 donut cover for Mike. Moving on to Drew. No, we're moving on. We've moved on from donuts.
Batman White Knight number 8. This is the ultimate issue of Sean Gordon Murphy's Batman epic. I've been loving this. The art has been a little bit better than the story has been. Kind of got a little lull in there in the action, but this definitely ends strong. Joker ends up being a hero. Batman ends up being a hero. Everything ends up hunky-dory, and everything goes kind of back to normal, except for Batman unmasking himself in front of Gordon at the end. Cool stuff. Really love this. Picked up all the covers, and hopefully we'll be getting those signed when I run into Sean Gordon Murphy at a con sometime soon. Really happy with the way that wrapped up. That is my stash of the week.
Paul, did you read Batman White Knight this week?
I did.
What'd you think of that one?
Great finish to the series. I thought the entire series was a good read throughout and had great fucking art. It's a good story arc. People are going to be talking about this one for a while. A couple laugh out loud moments for me. First was when Clayface just went absolutely batshit and started going after the Joker. And Batman goes, "He's coming for you." And Joker goes, "No shit. World's greatest detective, huh?" And I was like, come on. And then later on, Joker gets in the Batmobile and just completely fucking blows the fucking thing up. And at the end, he kind of hands the keys to Batman. He goes, "Here's the keys." He says, I kind of damaged it. I was like, yeah, you sure did. Just a great book, great series. Loved it.
That's what Mike thinks of your review.
Yeah, that's.
So.
I thought that there was definitely some really funny moments as well when he saves Joker at the end. Joker says, "I could have died a hero," and Batman's like, "I would never allow that." And he's like, "What? Me die or me be a hero?" And he's like, "Pick one."
Pick one. Yeah. I mean, I agree that the art was better than the story, but the story had some real shining moments. And when I opened up the one panel where Harley's pulling up on the motorcycle and she's like, "Put in," and I'm like, "Who's this?" And she goes, "Oh, Harley."
What about you, Mike? You read that this week?
I did not read that this week, Dave.
Okay, thank you. Moving on. Yeah, this has been a good ride throughout the whole series. Definitely a stash for me. If you haven't picked this up, please pick it up in a trade if you can't get all the floppies. I wish I would have got all the covered A's and covered B's on these. I think I only got
Floppies what?
floppies. You know, the single issues, the floppies.
Oh, I thought we were
That's a
talking
zero
about Mike
donut
was up.
holder. That's
First Mike was up. Now we're on floppies. And,
yeah,
you know.
that's a zero donut. But this has been a stash for me this whole run. The other Batman story that's out there that's waiting to be wrapped up is that Batman Dark Prince Charming, which should be out next month, I think. That's the one I'm looking forward to too. Definitely a stash for me though. Floppy disk Dave. Moving on to Paul. You're next. What's your next book?
No shit, I am.
Yep.
Let's do Spawn and Witchblade. As much as I love Spawn and I love Witchblade, I'm not sure about this one. The art was great, but the story's kind of meh. We've seen a lot of this type of story lately, where the medieval fucking fantasy shit, and so there's kind of a glut, and you really have to stand out. And so far, this isn't standing out for me. I mean, I'll probably keep picking up the issues just because I love Spawn and Witchblade, but I don't know if it's going to be any good.
Was Witchblade even in this?
No, I didn't see her at all in it.
That was going to be my question. Yeah. So it's a blast for you, Paul?
I mean, I guess it's a soft stash because I'm going to keep picking it up, but I didn't really like it.
That makes all kinds of sense.
Well, I mean, I have almost I have a run of Spawn from 1 to like 150. I've got the complete run of Witchblade, so I'm going to buy it. But it just wasn't very good.
What about
the
you?
art was amazing, though.
What about you, Mike?
Like Paul said, art's amazing. Story was lackluster. Instead of this, fucking you guys go pick up Savage Tales with Vampirella. That one, and that is much better. So I thought. So yeah, blasting medieval Spawn and stashing Savage Tales with Vampirella.
Yeah. I was curious if which Blade was even in this too. I mean, so one part I thought was funny though when they said, "Hey, remove your helmet, let us see who you are." He takes his helmet off, like, maybe you should put the helmet back on. You know.
Huh? No, it's the
Drew's reaching
so
critical
right now
mass.
you're
Oh my god, if that is not Drew's
the
brother.
really fast bios one that has for work, but the handy mangy one. Is
Hi.
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 It says
Mr.
you are.
Man.
It won't. It says that. All right. So when you're off your Skype phone, it's going to reset the main box.
All right.
Is that your brother?
That's like Drew's slightly better groomed and darker brother. I'm like, if that ain't Drew's fucking brother,
Yeah, it's my brother.
I mean, you clearly have the same genetic code.
I think we do.
Can we sell it on the black market?
Probably not worth much.
Drew's had 2 guests on tonight.
Yeah.
Did you read Spawn and Witchblade, or Medieval Spawn and Witchblade, I should say?
Funny story about that. No, I didn't. No, I didn't read either Spawn and Witchblade or Witchblade and Spawn.
That's the funny
Did
story.
Guy come up to you at the comic store?
Funny story about that. No, I didn't talk to anybody about it. This is the first time I'm discussing.
That's a funny story. Moving on. Paul, or not Paul, Mike, what's your next book?
I don't know what the fuck. Let's do Sideways number 4.
I didn't read that.
Right here.
I'll be right back real quick.
I thought you read a Sideways book this week.
Me? No. I don't know how to...
He read Barrier. That was Sideways.
It was Sideways. I'll be right back. You go ahead, Mike, and kick on anybody else who has read that too. I'll be right back.
Yeah, yes, boss. On it, boss. So now that he's gone, let me pull out my porn. No. Sideways in this one, he's taking on a villain. You can see him right on the front there. He's called Replicant, who can copy other people's powers. We've seen that shit 1,000 times before. There's a character in here called Hotspot. Apparently he was on the Titans at one point in time. He actually helped Sideways take out Replicant. He actually ended up killing Replicant in the process, and it ends up all on the internet. So Sideways' girlfriend is her panties are all in a bunch, and we're moving on to the next issue. I'm digging Sideways. I'm really enjoying it. So this is a stat for me. Days back now. Put it away. Anybody else read Sideways?
I'm not pissing. Who's moving on? Anybody else read Sideways this week?
Funny story.
Funny story about that.
Funny story about that.
Well, I'm actually out of books, but I did want to. I missed this last week, and I want to talk about it real quick. It's like a digest book. This is called All-Star Foobar by Foobar Press. And if anybody's read these,
that should be the name of our show.
All-Star Foobar. I like that.
Yep.
So this has a whole bunch of short stories. These are all zombie-related stories. Most of these have some historical truth to them. So they talk about the Titanic being they hit an iceberg on purpose to stop the zombie outbreak. Elvis was actually hired by Nixon to be a zombie slayer. Doc Holliday was actually infected with the zombie virus. That's why he wasn't. It wasn't. What did he have? What did Doc Holliday have? He died of
Tuberculosis.
So he didn't have tuberculosis. It was actually a zombie outbreak, and they couldn't find out. The kids shined in the shoes of. Oh, god damn it! Why can't I think? But there was a funny scene here. The one with the Titanic. It was great. They definitely make fun of the Titanic movie where Rose is sitting on top of the board, in the middle of the ocean, and the captain with his first mate, I guess it is. He's like, "There's plenty of room up there. Help me up." There really isn't. You're already frozen. Just let it happen. Give in to the cold. So the guy dies, and he even shows him later on.
Just like surprise butt sex.
Just like surprise butt sex. Then later on, he does like the old lady Rose at the end of Titanic. She's finding her jewels. He's standing at the end of the boat saying potatoes.
She's finding her jewels. What?
Jewels. The jewel. The Titanic jewel.
The jewels on the poop deck.
The poop deck. So I just forgot to talk about this last week. Definitely kind of a cool book. This was $15 for 200 pages. So not too bad. Moving on. Nobody else read that. Drew, what's your next book? Where's Drew? We can't hear
He's
you.
speaking, but I think his brother lied. He fucking reset that shit right now.
Nope. Mm-mm. This, hey, just to everybody know, this is not OBS. This has nothing to do with me. I did not do this. Nope.
Somebody's got a complex here.
We can't hear Drew either, so silence.
Yeah, I mean, before we could at least hear Dave, and you guys couldn't. Now nobody can hear. Yeah, Thomas. Say it again.
Funny story about that.
Funny story. Comics misexplained. Wiggle the mic cord, maybe.
I don't know that we want to see him wiggling his mic cord. Looks like I think a laptop's about to go through the window.
Yeah, I don't know. Splash Page Comics is in here in the chat.
Splash Page, what's up, brother? You know, we're almost at 100 episodes of doing this, and we still can't get this fucking shit.
Yeah, we still can't get this shit straight.
He's still staring at the screen, so why don't we, until he gets it figured out, he's scowling now. We'll move,
Can you hear me now?
Yes!
Yes!
Yes.
What the fuck is going on with this thing? Sweet baby Jesus. X-Men Blue number 27. This is Polaris and Zorn and the alternate reality X-Men fighting against Havoc and his Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. You get to see Magneto pretty much biting the dust, but I think he's coming back in a big way. I've been loving this. Colin Bunn's doing a great job. The art's been solid. This is a stash.
Splash Page said practice makes perfect. No, practice gives us more chances to find new ways to fuck it up.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anybody else read X-Men? Was that Blue?
Blue.
Yes. X-Men Blue.
X-Men.
You're up.
Yeah, it's all right. X-Men Blue is entertaining.
Man, that's a great.
Yeah, it's all right.
What happened?
We know Mike loves the X books, and he's like, yeah, it's all right. That's not a glowing recommendation.
Let's move on. Suicide Squad number 41. With this badass fucking cover right there. This is awesome. I forgot who it was that kidnapped Deadshot's daughter. Hold on. 2 seconds. Hold on. Oh, Cobra. Not G.I. Joe Cobra.
I was... Yo, Joe!
And Amanda Waller won't let Deadshot out of prison to go fucking save him, save his daughter. So somehow, I forgot how, I'm not gonna fucking go look.
How would
but
Deadshot fucking save his daughter?
Well, you know, he has his gun. Batman actually breaks him out of Belle Reve, and it's pretty fucking badass. So that's a stash for me. Oh, man. I need to get drunk again.
Anybody else read Suicide Squad? No, I didn't think so. I'm out of books. I have Detective Comics here, but I haven't read it. So we'll move back over to Paul, I guess. We got anything else this week?
I actually read Detective, but I clearly missed 979. The art was great, but I was just completely lost in the story. So I don't know that I could really offer an opinion on it with being as lost in the story I was, but the art was fucking amazing. So there you go.
I read it too, and I hate this fucking storyline. At this point,
I haven't been a fan of it.
Yeah, it hasn't been that great. In my opinion, I mean, I'm just picking these up now like I did, like I was doing Action Comics to get to 1,000 and be done with it. So
I thought it started good with the whole Batwoman kills Clayface thing, and then it just, much like our shows, went completely off the fucking rails.
Yeah, pretty much. So,
what about you, Drew?
I dug it.
Detective?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. Nothing to write home
So
about.
like
one way or
X-Men
the
Blue
other.
for Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I have not been a big fan of these books, the detective storyline with Batwoman, but I like the Tim Drake stuff. I've been enjoying that. So, and I kind of like what they did with Spoiler and Orphan in this issue too. It was pretty solid. So, no, I'm stashing it. I'm gonna keep picking up Detective. 20 issues away. We're almost there. I'm with you on that one, Grandpa.
Okay, Mike, how about you? Any other last books or...
I got...
He's probably got about 38 more fucking books.
Yeah.
No, you know, after tomorrow, I'm going to be unemployed. So.
No bullshit, dude. You got a job lined up. You're making bank. You're making 3 times as much as what we make here.
He
Yeah,
did,
man.
he- my,
You getting paid per donut, you all? Or
You guys are making money doing this?
my wife did manage to get a statement out of Mikey, but we'll save that for about 5 minutes from now.
What happened now? Anyway, Exiles #3 with Peggy Carter, Captain America. I'm done with this book. This is a blast for me. And Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man #304, No More Part 1. And that's a stash. And that's all I got. That's all the books I've read this week.
So what I was going to say is, since we're all done with our books, is my wife was talking to Mikey the other day, and he was talking about how he's going to be unemployed, and she said, well, you may have to slow down on buying your pops. And she waited about 30 seconds, and Mikey came back with, Mikey.
What did I forgot. You know?
What's your segment, Mike?
Shut your fucking mouth.
There we go.
Are you trying to do a segue?
are we?
Well,
Yeah.
I tried, and somebody dropped the fucking
Drew
ball.
wasn't done with his
dropped the
books.
ball. I didn't think these guys were done. Like
Paul Blart on that segue.
I thought Drew said he was done.
No, I got 2 more. Don't worry, nobody cares.
Were they any good?
They were both good. I like them both.
Were
but
they?
You'll never know about it.
Funny thing is, somebody cut
Funny.
him off.
Taking my
Funny
ball and
story.
going home.
Yeah,
Funny story about that.
Funny story that somebody else on the
Funny
panel
story
cut him
about
off.
that is World War Hulk Part 2, Incredible Hulk 716. This was definitely a stash. Great action in here. Odinson fighting the Hulk. He's way too smart to be beat. Can't wait to see how that ends up. Also, Despicable Deadpool
Boats and
number
hoes.
300. This homage cover here with Deadpool in the trash can. Pretty cool stuff. This is a giant $10 issue. Or no, $6 issue. Lots of jokes about how expensive these issues will be in the future.
There we go. There it is.
That's close. What the fuck is wrong with this mic? Yeah, anyway.
Well, just as a reminder too, we do have links to place where you can buy Blast in the Stash shirts and stuff like that. You know, other
You always
Dave, nobody is gonna buy a fucking shirt right now. They just got their eardrums fucking exploded.
Well, I'm just saying that if they were to go buy a shirt or a mug with the Blast International logo, it would help people like Drew buy a decent headset, so eardrums and future medical problems, hearing loss, can be prevented from others. You know, think about the people in the future. Think about people who have yet to watch this show.
Think of the children.
Think of the children. I mean, yes, the hearing loss is permanent now, but think about people who are coming in later. I mean, we need to prevent that. That's what we're looking at, prevention. So buy a Blast of the Stash shirt, buy a mug.
I'm sorry.
And I want to go back to Paul. You're saying what a crappy host I am, and you totally forget about Drew. But moving on. Mike,
Yeah, I'm
you're
a
up.
crappy host too, but I'm not the host, so.
Always blame the host.
I mean, that's probably OBS. Let's talk about that.
So should I redo my segue?
No,
No.
please.
No.
You're up, Mike.
It's all you, Mike.
All right. Do I have to do this again?
Yes.
Shut your fucking mouth.
There you go.
All right. Just not a whole lot going on. The Funko documentary called Making Fun will debut on Netflix May 24th. So check that shit out. If you're a Destiny fan, the Best Buy exclusive Ikora Ray will be in stores May 13th.
May 13th. May 13th.
Oh, man. May 13th. Rumor is we're getting some Simpsons pops, so be on the lookout for those. And Married with Children pops are coming. Hopefully we get Al with his hand is down his pants on the fucking couch. That would be amazing. Oh, man. Bob's Big Boy, which was one of the first Funko Pops ever made, is being re-released as a summer exclusive, so be on the lookout for that. What else is going on? If you're a Los Angeles Angels fan, is that it? The baseball? Los Angeles Angels? Show me Anaheim Angels are called now? See, I haven't.
No, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Oh, okay. Okay, Drew. I can't even say, I'm probably going to butcher his name. Shohei Ohtani. He's a pitcher and a catcher, kind of like Dave.
Whoa. That came out of left field.
But there's going to be a 2-pack of him. I guess it's only going to be available at the games. Apparently, he's this amazing player, so they had to make a 2-pack. A couple more Harry Potter pops are coming. A sepia tone Tom Riddle and a 6-inch basilisk, which is the big ass snake.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
6 inches isn't a big ass snake.
Well,
what do you know, Mr. Softball?
Tell them about your softball.
No, let's not.
But yeah, man, that's all I got. I didn't get no Funkos because I'm gonna be on the plate soon. And blah, blah, blah.
You know when Midwest says no, let's not go there.
That's some serious shit, then.
Okay, so no Funkos for you this week? No toys?
No toys, no Funkos. Last week there was a blackout, so I did get this one. I got my Rampage Walmart exclusive, so really happy to have that. Last week my whole little area here was in a blackout for 3 hours. So that's what happened to me last week.
Lost Drew for a while.
I know. I watched the show after, and you guys were saying that it's like a terrorist attack on the East Coast.
Yeah, it was a what I call it. It was a whatever.
EMP bomb.
EMP, yeah. At the one store I talked about before called Little Lots, right now they have a 3-pack of Star Wars. It's the Porkins, it's the other two like X-Wing fighters. The 3-pack for $5. And I debated on picking it up, but I just passed on it both times.
That'd be Porkins, Wedge, and I don't know who the third one would be.
Yeah. The only toy I got this week, and he was used, but I got him. He was $5 as is. So he's missing his mask, and he is missing, I guess, the part for. I don't know which character he builds, but it was the Marvel Legends Star-Lord. For $5, dude, I picked him up. I thought it was kind of cool. They also had a Agent 23, but I'm not gonna pick up that one. But for $5, take my box, put them in my
Do you
shelf.
take Star-Lord into the bathtub?
I do, and he ploo ploo. He just drives into the bubbles. I also take my 6-inch Funko in there once in a while. True. You're up, Drew. Talking about FUBAR.
I gotta follow that. All right, Whispers, folks. Whispers, this is Thanos. I made him out of Legos. It was $10. It's got a little Infinity gauntlet on there. It's really cool. I like it. It's like a little Funko Lego guy. Block brickheads, they're called. Pretty badass. I also just today picked up this Deathlock Marvel Legends from the Sasquatch Wave.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Lots of Deadpool figures. he's pretty badass, and I dig him. And that's it.
A lot of detail on that.
Yeah, it's I wanted to order the entire wave in a case because I think it's going to be impossible to find the cable. But I saw him and I just had to pick him up. So if I do order a case, I'll have one of those for sale probably.
Where is it? Funkoff said Brokeback movie scene pops are coming out. God, I hope so.
I can't quit you. I can't quit you, double pack.
They're gonna have the one where he takes the fucking crowbar to the side of the head.
Yeah. What about you, Paul? Anything this week?
I did not pick up anything up this week, but I have to talk to our Funko God here.
Yes.
The Target by me has multiples of the 10-inch Porg for like $35. Do you think it's worth it?
Yep. Nope.
I didn't think so either.
6-inch Porg's not even worth it.
There's so much Porg floating around.
Well, it's like you know when I got the 10-inch. When I got the 10-inch Hulk, that was 10-inch Hulk. Yes, there you go. With an actual intact hammer, that was a big thing for me. But
no, that I would have paid $50 for. But come on, man, it's Porg.
Yeah, my wife was like, "Do you want to get it?" I'm like, "It's a fucking Porg."
Oh my goodness. Oh, anything else story related?
I think Splash Me said they're saying pork. No, man, Porg.
From
Porg.
Star Wars, the last Star Wars movie. The little
The
chicken
worst
looking
Star
dudes.
Wars movie. Porg from the worst Star Wars movie.
Hey, if we could get some 10-inch pork and
I mean, yeah, man. Comics Misexplained. I downloaded my Porg. Oh, I get it. I see you. I see you.
Dave's just like, "Can we end the show now?"
I'm in so much trouble.
No, somebody keeps sending me, says, "Damn, Dave joined the party." I don't know who the hell's sending me that message. I don't know. Something on my daughter's on my Xbox in the living room. I need to just log out of that stuff. So that's it.
Stuff.
Yeah, man. Nothing. We're waiting on. What is it? What's the big toy SDCC coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed that there's like I go to my usual spots like Toys, which is almost done, and Walgreens and GameStop, and there's like no new exclusives. So I mean, I think they're all saving up.
Yep. Hopefully, we get some news on some of that stuff coming out in the next couple of weeks. So that's all I got. So shut your vocal mouth.
Okay, so the other stuff that I kind of want to briefly talk about, I sent a link in the chat, and I guess the link got broken earlier. That's what Drew was saying. It was saying that Morena, the girl who plays into Deadpool 2 as Deadpool's girlfriend, would be interested in playing Catwoman. To me, I think that would be an awesome fit. I mean, especially this newer version of Catwoman. Definitely looks a lot like. I think it'd be an awesome fit. I don't know what you guys think about her playing Catwoman. Do you think this would be a good fit? Drew's giving two thumbs up.
My wife knows how I feel about Miranda Baccarin. I would sell my car to see her as Catwoman in skin tight fucking PVC. Yeah.
Hey, can I buy your car?
Well, let's find out if the news is true.
Pull
Mike,
some
what about
string.
you? Would you?
We actually.
How does your
we
Porg
actually
feel
got
about that?
My Porg is fully flying. Fucking Porgs fly.
What?
I think they can for short distance, kind of like a chicken.
Well, that's right up my alley because I could only go for. Never mind. We actually saw her in Dallas.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I think she'd be pretty fucking awesome.
Especially,
I would watch her sit in a white room just doing nothing.
I mean, I remember
think you have to
watching
pay
her
extra
clear
for
back
that.
on Serenity, or not Serenity, Firefly.
Yep, she did Firefly, then she did V, then she did
V.
Yep. And she's
Then
on
she
Gotham.
did B.
No, she's on Gotham.
Then
And she
Scissors.
did
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Yeah, she's on Gotham.
Oh, I hope Halle Berry is not reprising her role as Catwoman. Oh, God. Please.
Halle Berry's great. Catwoman is great. Halle Berry is Catwoman. Not great.
So that
so
was,
that was all right.
one. A little,
Better than BVS.
little snippet I had. Oh, my God. Really?
Is it better than Legend with his DP10?
Joker origin. Do we really think we need a Joker origin?
Like Mike doesn't.
Mike's having a violent reaction to that news.
I guess so.
What was it?
It's been rumored for a while that. God, dude, I really need to take some notes before I actually come on this freaking show. Scorsese was producing that Joker origin story. I just don't think they need a Joker origin story. Everybody knows the Joker. I don't think we need to know his origin. It's just, I don't know what, Paul? Joker origin?
If Scorsese's producing it, you know the fucker's going to be Leo DiCaprio, so I'm going to have to go a hard fucking pass on that shit.
What about you, Mike, before you had your conniption?
And before Kylo made his presence known.
No. Yep. Don't really care. Yeah, that's my.
Drew?
The only way this could be any good is if it was Scorsese and DiCaprio, and even then, it's not going to be built into the DC universe as we know it. So, I mean, if they're trying to build a shared universe, what's the point? Other than that, I wouldn't mind watching it. That's a standalone.
And I agree with Comics Misexplained 100%.
Yeah.
Joker is best without an origin.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking force.
But it's also not supposed to be an origin as much as it is an early Joker tale. If they do like a Red Hood Joker origin, maybe. But
yeah, that's why they're calling it Joker origin.
From what I've heard, they don't have a title. So, but if that's what they're working on, then no.
I mean,
maybe I'm wrong.
the Red Hood story would be cool. I mean, that's like the classic tale.
Right. And how do you do that without Batman? Is it going to have Batman in it? Who knows?
This is Comic Creator said, remember, Dave, there are 3 Jokers. Which
like
one would they use? I don't really
There
care.
isn't 3 Jokers. There's never going to be 3 Jokers. They've been talking about that for over a year now, and they haven't done anything with it. I don't believe that there are 3 Jokers, and I think that's something that's just going to get dropped.
That one artist that we met in Dallas was talking about doing a cover for the 3 Joker book.
You can't
actually,
do Joker without Batman, much like you can't do Venom without Spider-Man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to suck eggs.
Last bit of stuff that I want to bring up: the new Predator movie trailer dropped. Anybody get a chance to watch that? Steaming pile
Mike obviously has.
Poo-poo. Mike, Predator, what'd you think?
Yes, Dave, I am here.
Yes.
Don't really care for another Predator movie.
It didn't get you at all? I thought this was supposed to make a
No,
remake.
it did not.
Of the original. It's hard to remake that original Predator movie, though, with Schwarzenegger and Jesse Ventura. I don't know. What about you, Drew?
No.
I have no interest in any Predator movie ever. If it's not the first Predator, I don't care.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Same with you, Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, Funkoff brought another note that we're talking about new Snake Eyes movie coming out with G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
Is The Rock in it?
Are they going to have Snake Eyes have fucking lips on his mask?
That looks like a vagina and a... Never mind. I've said too much. Yeah, I think Predator needs to be stuck in the jungle. I don't want to do a remake of the original Predator, but it'd be kind of nice to see that jungle aspect again. So that is it. That's all I got. I don't have anything else.
I got one thing.
What's up?
I got one thing because we got a few minutes left.
Okay.
And I've been thinking about this lately. If you had to, I'm going to say 2 because I can't get it down past 2. if you had to pick 2 comic book stories to be done as a movie or TV show, what would they be?
Wow. You can't throw this on us at the last minute here.
I know. This is
Come on, you gotta have. I mean, if you want, I'll go first because I know my 2.
Okay, well, go ahead there.
one for DC, one for Marvel, or
no, it can be anything because both of mine are Marvel actually.
Okay.
The fuck Marvel guy, of course, has 2 Marvels. I think if they could do it right, it'd probably have to be R-rated, and it would have to be. I think Kraven's Last Hunt is the best storyline that needs to be adapted. The other one, again, if it could be done right, I think the original Secret Wars would be fucking balls.
It's going to be hard for Marvel to come back with something bigger than this last Avengers, that's for sure. And they're going to have to do something like that to lead up to another big event. Mike, do you have 2 or do you have 1 right now or anything?
me?
Yeah.
Is there any other mics here? I mean, come on, Dark
Why are you
Knight.
thinking? How about Drew?
I'd be a really big fan of if Marvel, the MCU, could take over X-Men and make a very compelling Age of Apocalypse movie. I think that would be fantastic. Beyond that, probably Hickman's Secret Wars from a couple of years ago is probably a better storyline, in my opinion, than the original Secret Wars. But that would take way too much effort to make into a movie.
I mean, my thing with Secret Wars is, I mean, it's the first real big company-wide crossover, and it just had fucking everybody in it. And I mean, you can't get more classic than the covers in that and the black costume.
Right. My issue with that is story-wise, Secret Wars is really nothing more than a toy commercial.
No, absolutely. But then again, so is G.I. Joe and Transformers. Right. And I don't know about you because you're the young pup in the group, but every one of the other ones of fuckers of us, when we watched that Transformers movie, when they ripped out Optimus Prime's fucking Matrix, we were all like, what?
Yeah. I cried like a bitch.
I cried, but not like a bitch. I cried like a man.
Good fucking commercial or not.
Mike, did you
Avengers versus X-Men?
You got a chance to think of
No, I was just reading comics misexplained. Avengers versus X-Men.
I'd love to see Galactus be something other than an angry fucking cloud.
Yeah, that'd be fucking sweet.
What about you, Mike? You got a couple? Or at least one? No?
Dude.
If you want to do DC, I mean, Crisis on Infinite Earths would be cool.
Yeah. My 2 are DC.
What are they?
Mine? Mine would be first, although DC does not hardly make a movie that's worth any damn. But Long Halloween, actually love that story, Batman story. If anybody hasn't read it, it's there a crime or murder every holiday. And I was just digging through, I was looking through my books here trying to get inspiration for something else. And the other one would have to be Kingdom Come. If you haven't read that, that'd be kind of interesting story.
Oh,
too.
Yeah.
The superheroes are older and they're fighting the younger people that want to get all the people out of the prison. It's definitely kind of a cool storyline. That'd be cool to do. But again, I don't think DC can pull it off.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I'm saying budget's no object, directors no. I mean, if they could do it right, what would you want to do? I mean, I've never read it, but I know everybody goes nuts for it. Would Hush be something that would be awesome?
Yes. Yes.
I just finished reading that story arc.
Yes. 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 Hush. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Funny story.
Funny story about Hush.
What about? I mean, I've seen a couple people in the chat say a few things. Would anybody else have anything that they would?
A good Fantastic Four movie.
Okay, I know I said if it could be done right and everything, unless Marvel gets it, it's never going to be fucking done right.
Hickman's Future Foundation would be fantastic. All the alternate reads, council of reads, all that stuff. I thought that would be a really great way to use the Fantastic Four. And you get to throw Spider-Man in there. You can throw Doctor Doom in there as a good guy. There's some good stuff going on there. I think that would be awesome.
Jeremy threw out Court of Owls. I could definitely get behind that.
I haven't read through that one yet. That's New 52 Batman, right?
Yeah, it's like 1 through 8 or something like that.
Yeah, that's my next. I just finished up a Hush story arc. That whole 16 books I think in that, or 14. Just finished that, so now it's on the New 52 Batman stuff.
Yeah, I don't think they're making that Flash movie anymore.
I don't think so either. Not after DC's been. They're talking about revamping the DC EU or whatever they call it now. Again.
Just stop. Just stop for like 10 years, let it lie, and then come back to it.
Oh, what about Acts of Vengeance?
Acts of Vengeance?
Remember
that's the Marvel title, right?
Huh?
That's a Marvel title.
Oh, the
right?
Captain America. I'd actually rather see the Captain America storyline. I forget what it's called, but the one where he gets injected. He gets.
Is that a werewolf?
No, the one where he gets the explosion with the drugs, and they have to take the super serum out of his body, and.
Huh.
That ain't Streets of Poison, is it?
Yeah, Streets of Poison.
I never have read that.
I like that whole Captain America run where he had the relationship with Diamondback and everything. I thought.
Yeah. That's when I was reading the first time. I think, what was it? The Bloodstone Hunt with Crossbones?
Yep.
Bloodstone Hunt with Crossbones. Yep. I mean, everybody, I'm sure, but aside from the first appearance of Crossbones, they're pretty much dollar bin books, but I think there's some great reads in there.
I've seen some of those jump up a little bit more, somewhere in the like $10, $15 range. Shape.
Blackest Night would be fun. Yeah. But, I mean, that would have to, you're talking a serious effects budget there.
Fuck it. Do Injustice.
That wouldn't be bad either. They should have just made BVS into Injustice. It might have been all right.
Yeah.
They just would have said, hey, this is an alternate universe.
What was that?
And everybody's terrible. That would have been awesome.
What was that Daredevil run that Frank Miller did with the JR art?
Oh, that's the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a 5-issue run, I think.
Yeah, that's a great little self-enclosed run.
That's an origin story, though, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. They basically did most of that in the Netflix series.
True. I'd love to see Bullseye done right.
Yeah, I'd like to see them use D'Onofrio's Kingpin in the MCU. I think that would be awesome. Making Spider-Man
brilliant as fucking Kingpin.
Yeah, imagine Tom Hardy's Spider-Man playing off with him. I think it'd be great.
Daredevil, the Man Without Fear is the name of that.
Tom. What's his name?
What?
Not Tom Hardy.
Oh, it's right there.
That little British kid.
Tom Holland.
Yes.
Too many Tom H's.
There's too many Tom H's and too many Chris's in the MCU.
The Man Without Fear is the name of that Daredevil run you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anything else before we go into last minute shoutouts? No.
Jeremy mentioned Kraven's Last Hunt. We talked about that, and that is an amazing Spider-Man story.
In my opinion, that is the single best short story arc in comics.
There's way too much weird stuff in there. It's not very palatable to a wide audience. I dig it. I think it's awesome.
On some level, it's almost like a fucking Elseworlds story. But, it is tight. It is well written. The art was amazing. It is just Yeah, I mean, if you had to pick out the perfect story, I would pick that because I mean, I don't think there is anything I can say was done wrong in that story. Would you agree with that,
Okay.
Bill?
I agree.
Oh, I'm yawning now. That must be time to close it on down. Mike,
Well, you're making everybody sleepy.
last minute shout outs.
Fuck all y'all. No, I mean, everybody in the chat, we do this shit for you malcontents, and with all our technical difficulties, like Drew breaking eardrums and our
I didn't do that.
antics,
It wasn't me.
and just and yes, Comics Misexplained said Black Monday Murders would be good. I mean, if you want to go independent, that was a great
Man,
story.
I gave up on that. It was just too much.
But yeah, we do this for all you guys in the chat. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of salty tonight. I may go live later. I may go live tomorrow. I don't know. But
Okay.
it was fun.
Thank you, Mike.
Mike, what?
I called Mike. I said, "Hey, Mike." I said,
What?
"Change up a little bit, Mike." Last minute shout outs. You just started talking, Paul. So, but that's all good. Mike, you have your last minute shout outs?
All right. All the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Fucking all you guys in the chat, thanks for coming out. Not spending any time with your own mothers. How dare you? But yeah, that's it.
I'm on dead, Mike.
Jeremy, Comics Misexplained. I'm gonna get that name right.
You just did.
Bunk Off. Who else? Splash Page was in here. Scroll Jason Smith.
You need to move a little to the other side of the screen. Your nose is like, there you go.
That's not my nose, big guy.
Okay.
How many donuts?
4.5.
How many fucking grapefruit?
You may take a donut whole too. Who never knows?
It's half a dozen grapefruits.
Drew, how about you?
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Sorry about my squelch. I'll get a new mic eventually. I just spend all of my money on comics. So there goes that. Definitely good to see some of the names in the chat today. Also, shout out to some friends of mine who run a podcast called Bitching About Movies. Check it out if you are a cinephile. If you like to know what's coming out on streaming services and talk about trailers and also some themed episodes as well. Those guys are really, really solid. Bitching About Movies on iTunes. Check that out. And that's all I got. Shout out to all of your mothers. If they're single, tell them to call me. And that's all I got.
Check him out on
Any
Tinder.
fat Harleys,
What's your Tinder profile?
Just keep swiping right. You'll get me.
You have to put a pretty wide map on that SOB. Your buddies that run the podcast, can you post a link down below?
Yeah, I'll definitely. I'll put that. I'll put
Because,
that
you know,
down
bitch,
there.
Maybe like, don't post the fucking link. We don't want to be associated with you guys.
They might. They might. So we have a couple new subs. We're on the cusp of 500. We may have reached 500. I don't cusp, Mike.
The cusp.
Still says $4.99.
Yeah, cusp my balls.
So you fuckers have failed.
So this episode 98 tonight. 2 more weeks, we're at episode 100. We're trying to get something kind of special planned for 100.
We don't have 500 subs by 100. Fuck this. We're shutting it down.
Yeah, shit. We should have 5. We should have 5. Let me see here. Let me double check what we got. Yep, $4.99. They probably
$4.98.
$4.98.
$4.97, $4.96, $4.95.
So a couple new subs to the channel. The Box Fox. I think they do a bunch of unboxings. Yeah, Box Fox.
Study.
From Heroes to Icons and X Webman. So 3 new subs. That brought us up to $4.99. Not quite breaking that 500 mark. We'll get there. I think we'll get there eventually. All this potty mouth. Yep, I think this was pretty bad. Not a whole lot of bad language, a whole lot of double entendres. So,
hey, Jason Smith, fuck you and your fucking Nicole.
With that, we are going to go ahead and
love
close
you, Jason.
This episode out.
You know,
what?
Jason's in here every fucking show, and this is the way you talk to him.
Yes,
yes, he's earned it at this point.
Yeah, you know, it's like SS Comic Reader. If I don't say fuck Marvel, you get offended. So you know, I got to tell people to fuck off and just eat their shit and just go away.
Oh my!
As we end this show, just remember we're going to the outro. Our mics will still be live, Paul, for a few seconds. So don't say anything you're going to regret. So, oh wait, what?
He never regrets anything.
New subscriber, James, just popped in. Breaking news: James
Cusimano?
Yeah.
I know that fucker.
Do ya?
No, he just
unsubscribed. 500. So, with that, whether you blast it or whether you stash it, happy reading, and we will catch you guys next week with good mics and good headsets. Later.
Probably not.
No, he's gonna buy his fucking headset at a fucking gas station.
At a farm fresh. Oh wait, we're all fucking closed.